Okay, so this is grocery haul part 2. This is for this weekend and going into the week. So we got some bell pepper. I didn't get organic stuff this time because I really couldn't afford it because we were getting so much. We got some grape tomatoes, 5 avocado. We got 1 apple for the chicken salad, some cilantro. We did end up finding the Greek Primal Kitchen, so this is Whole30 approved. We got some fresh jalapenos, diced tomatoes, ground round. These are all natural chicken and apple. They're already cooked, so all you have to do is heat them up. These are really clean and they're Whole30 compliant. Look at this ingredient list. Chicken, dried apple, and contains 2% or less of the following: salt, fruit juice concentrate, spices, celery powder, sea salt, stuffed in a natural pork casing. So that is going to be with our breakfast. And then we got some boneless, skinless chicken thighs so that I can slow cook them and pull them apart and make them into a chicken salad. So we're going to have stuffed peppers this weekend and some what I call a breakfast salad, and then chicken salad for lunches. It's Whole30 day 4. I'm whispering because Matt's still asleep. It's very early at 6:30 in the morning on a Saturday, so that's really early. I'm cooking the rest of my mushrooms and spinach today, but I'm also going to be I added in the rest of the asparagus that I had. So I'm going to be sauteing the asparagus with the mushrooms. And I had 3 russet potatoes that I had in my pantry that were left over from the holidays. So I'm actually just making some home fries. I'm cooking these up in a little bit of olive oil right now on the stove. So we're just going to have fried potatoes, and then I'm actually going to fry an egg today and put it on top of the vegetable medley. So I'll take a picture when I do that, but that's what we're having for breakfast today. Leftover surprise. Here is the finished result. I just went ahead, after I finished off the potatoes, I went ahead and quickly sauteed the asparagus and mushrooms, and then just fried an egg over easy so that yolk will break down real nice over that. So that's breakfast for day 4. It is dinner time, and tonight I'm going to be making taco meat stuffed bell peppers. So the first thing I'm actually going to do is make some taco seasoning. So let's make some taco seasoning. So the first thing we're going to use is 1 tablespoon of chili powder. I have to do 2 of the half tablespoons because my tablespoon thing is being used for coffee grounds. I got commandeered by my husband. And if it's a little bit over, who's counting? 1 tablespoon of chili powder. 1/4 teaspoon of garlic powder. 1/4 teaspoon of onion powder. 1/4 teaspoon of red pepper flakes. 1/4 teaspoon of dried oregano. 1/2 teaspoon of paprika. 1 1/2 teaspoons of cumin. 1, 2, 3. 1 teaspoon of sea salt. 1 teaspoon of black pepper. And we're just going to mix this together. And there's our taco seasoning. It smells like taco seasoning. And now to the next step. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to cut our peppers in half and just take out this stem and gross stuff. Okay, real talk. So the recipe's like, oh, cut them in half lengthwise so that you can lay them down and fill them up like little boats. Well, when you do that and you take the stem out, this is the wonky stuff that you get. And then by the time you cut the stem out, you got a hole in that end, which means everything's going to just come out that end. Isn't that grand? So what we're going to do is I'm going to do traditional and cut around the top and stuff them down this way. I'm just going to have to go to a smaller pan now, which sucks because I've already greased the pan that I was going to use. This is real cooking, folks. Okay, so let me see if I can make something out of these suckers. Nothing is ever really easy, is it? Okay, now this one was much more compliant to what I was trying to do and what the recipe actually states to do. That's why I'm not really fond of the green bell peppers, because look how far in that goes. That's like half of your pepper gone right there. That's a little bit ridiculous. I'll come back after I finish these two. Okay, we're going to go ahead and preheat our oven to 350 so it can start getting ready. And I'm going to go ahead and start on the beef. So I'm going to put this on medium. These are new pans and you're not supposed to cook past medium. So I usually do like on 6, but I'm cooking this on 5. So I'm going to be adding my ground beef in there. And while the ground beef is getting hot, I'm going to cut up a jalapeno, which I've never done in my entire life. So we'll see how that goes. You know, I have to say, one good thing about eating like this is I'm doing things I've never done before. I'm fixing to cut up my first jalapeno ever. I've never done this before. I've always just said, and bought them in a jar. So, this little end didn't look, ooh, that end doesn't look good right there. Ooh, that's bad. Okay, this jalapeno is off the table. My battery is literally about to die, so I plugged my camera in. I've never used it, I've never recorded with it actually plugged in, so we'll see if that works. Okay. Well, I was going to actually add fresh jalapenos to this, which I've never done before, and then every jalapeno was bad, which really stunk because they looked good when I got them at the store. They were nice and green, but I didn't notice they had little brown spots, and then I cut them open, the insides were brown, so they went in the trash. So, we will be moving on. Now, I don't have a food processor, so I just go ahead and buy frozen cauliflower rice. It really just makes it easier, and I'm not going to sit there with a grate and try to grate cauliflower, because I'm just not going to be dedicating that much time to cauliflower rice. So, I'm going to get this meat. Go ahead and break. I already pulled this back up. I'm going to start breaking up this meat. It says a pound of meat. I try to get as much over a pound for the money as I can. So this is about a pound and a half, or close to a pound and a half. And we're going to let that brown for a little bit, and we'll be back. Now that the meat is almost done, I'm going to go ahead and add in this taco seasoning. The equivalent of 2 cloves of garlic, or a little more, just counting. I'm going to give this a stir real quick. I'm going to add in 1 14.5 ounce can of diced tomatoes and my cauliflower rice, just the whole bag. And yeah, it's still got a couple frozen chunks, but I'm just going to stir this all together and let these flavors marry each other. It's smelling fantastic right now, and I just made a mess. But we're just going to stir this up and let it sit and cook. Get that cauliflower rice heated through, and then we'll be ready to stuff our peppers. One thing I'm going to do is go ahead and taste this and see if the seasoning needs to be adjusted. That's pretty taco-y. Add a little bit more cumin. Cumin is actually my favorite spice. A little bit more cumin. I like the earthiness that it gives it. I'm going to do a little more paprika. And a dash of cayenne. This looks and smells fantastic. It really does. I'm just going to let that cook for a few more minutes. Okay, I'm going to get ready to stuff my peppers. Oh, and about the minced garlic in a jar. Okay, if you have not followed me for long, I have horrible knife skills. My dog could probably cut stuff better than me. There's no way that I'm going to try to mince garlic with a knife. I would lose my fingertips. So buying it minced, yes, I know the flavor isn't as strong as fresh garlic, but that's what I have to do, so that's what I do. It's a finger preservation thing. I'm just going to take a scoop and I'm just going to put it in each one. Oh, you know what? We might have to... This is a lot of stuff. This is going to be really good. Woo! I'm making a mess. What's new? That's Laura in the kitchen. Okay, so here they are stuffed, and I'm going to cover this with foil and put it in my 350-degree oven for about 35 minutes or until the bell peppers are tender. Okay guys, I want to show you. This is how much filling is left over. That is awesome because we're going to get probably 2 meals out of the peppers by themselves. And so what I'm going to do is after this dinner is finished, I'm going to use this for taco bowls. So that sounds really good. And you know what? If you can make ingredients stretch and become more than one type of meal, that is always a plus because it saves money. Oh, it smells so freaking good. I'll be back when they're done. These just came out of the oven. Whew, there's steam. No ma'am. Yeah, these are a lot better. So I can turn that off. Those look fantastic. I am ready to eat. In truth, these were supposed to take 35 to 40 minutes. They took 50. My oven kind of is a little, it's on the cooler side, so I usually have to cook things a little longer than recipes normally call for, and I did pull them out and check them at 35 minutes. And it was still tough, but the 15 extra minutes did the trick, and so we are ready to eat. This looks fantastic, and this is going to feed us 2 different meals set alone. This will be tonight's dinner and then tomorrow night's dinner, and then we still have enough taco meat left over to make some taco bowls. So I'll show you when we do that, and thanks for joining me today, and I'll see you later. Goodbye.